And we're live. We're not all here yet, but we're getting
like 30 seconds behind. Holy crap. Let me Wow. My internet was 33 seconds behind.
your interweb.
Delayed. You know, it's amazing the time difference between, like, if I'm on my phone versus on my computer versus on my PlayStation, the difference, how different the
delay.
sync to the internet can be. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess while we wait for Vino and J-Rob, HG will not be with us tonight. Wicked will not be playing HG.
We'll just make you pee.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm going to turn that up over here in the stream so you guys get some of that too.
Too late.
God bless America. Okay. That's the way to get my blood. Now, you just derailed me, Drake. Just completely.
I can't derail you. Didn't get started yet. I delayed starting, not derailed.
12 months in a row.
A little different.
Going.
Yeah, he jump started it's a defib.
12 months.
Yep. Let's see. We're going there. I can get rid of banana there. I can get rid of that there. I think. Yeah. We turn that sound back up there. All right. What'd Vino do? Fall asleep, or is he still dinking around with that?
He got a message a minute ago, but then I asked where he was, and he didn't answer that yet.
He got caught in his cat.
He got caught in his cat?
Oh my.
Just some kind of excuse. At least that one sounds good.
I don't know. Caught in your cat. That sounds kind of pervy.
Wow.
It makes people think. What do you mean? How did you get caught in your cat?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds a little pervy.
Still counts.
Still.
Just be right there.
Do you still have players that talk Gorgio?
But I still have players who do that.
I don't even remember who your players that I played with were. You know, I was still new to you, so I didn't know who your players were.
Yeah, two of them are in the Thursday morning game, and then I have one in Friday and then one in Saturday evening.
So who on the Thursday game were in that game?
Azel and
Hazel. I know who Hazel is for sure.
Yeah, him and I think it was Cheese.
I think CJ Omega, yeah. JCJ LMNOP.
And I feel bad for Sven because Sven is such a serious player, and CJ is super chaotic. So
I don't know though. Sven is devious, kind of player. He just comes off as the straight edge, you know, like
oh yeah,
no emotion.
Joking? Yeah, he's like Spock of D&D.
Who?
Spock?
The Mr. Spock of
Vulcan?
D&D, yeah.
No. Who is the Spock of D&D?
Oh, Sven.
Oh.
Sven 77 or some crap.
Eric Svenonius.
Yes, that.
I still don't know whether to believe him or not. That I said, you mean your last name is Svenonius? It's really Svenonius? And he's like, yes.
It is. He bought because he bought me. He actually bought the TOA campaign for me, and when it came over as him, like the last name and everything.
No shit.
Yeah, him and his wife's in there too, and she's
I saw her. Yep. I figured that Mrs. Finn or whatever was Miss Finn or whatever was had to have been the wife.
Okay, and I'm downloading files. I didn't know there was
Yeah.
files uploaded.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Hey, Venom,
Didn't do-
you heard from
Fantasy
J-Rob?
Rounds updated. I did earlier today. He sent me a photo, but not since.
Cool. Was kind of dozing and had to really pee. All right. Well,
What the hell?
I was hoping he'd be here for the recap, though. No, Murder Hobo Show. We're still on Classic right now, but I don't really want to switch to Unity in the middle of a campaign. So, perhaps by the time we finish the Flood, I did a Kickstarter backer on Deadlands: The Weird West. They've kind of brought it even with all the other Savage World stuff. So like bennies, they're just bennies. There's no more fate chips, white, red, and blue. It's just all one. They've done some things like that. Oh, that's twice. I can't believe you guys got me twice so fast like that. I'm usually on my guard after the first one goes off. Thank you, Engorgio.
Yeah. I was waiting. I had to give it some kind of time.
Yeah, if Unity was ready to go with Savage Worlds right after we finished the Flood, I might try to run some stuff in Unity, but it's either that or I paid a lot for the Kickstarter for FG Unity, so I'd kind of like to play it pretty soon.
You did?
You paid a lot. I still paid a lot comparatively speaking for what people pay for games, but
Well, I'm not starting Unity until I start my next campaign, which is after Curse of Strahd ends. So I got a little bit of time.
I did a one shot or 2 1-shots the last couple of weeks on Unity, and it was actually fairly decent.
I've been watching people stream it, and I haven't seen any glitches really. There's some things that I'm gonna miss, that's for sure, like approving token movement. I won't miss that, but they're talking about maybe having that ready when it comes out. So, and Doug said today, he said the magic word. I heard him. He said maybe. I heard him say maybe.
Doug always
They haven't said maybe.
No, Moon Wizard always pulls him back, man.
October.
Just don't lock tokens.
You can't lock tokens in it?
No, not yet.
Yeah, see that just it's
but
not ready.
You can move with the arrows, though. You can move with the keyboard arrows. You get tick, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, really?
Diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can just tick, 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 tick. So you can move.
How did that go? How'd that go, Drake?
How's that again? Oh, it's his pause face. He put his pause face on.
You can tell the difference between diagonal.
Pause face. Pause face.
Did he just reach over and unplug his
I wasn't paused. I was just doing it.
Yeah, a couple times I've thought he was frozen and
the last part, I was like, did you get that though?
No, can you do it one more time, please?
Okay, hold on. Let me do it real slow. Can you see the visual too?
Yes, I have the screen pulled up.
Good.
You're so kind.
All these chips and stuff. What'd I get? Ooh, I got 3 white chips. Nice.
I got a blue.
Last week I got 3 blues.
And a red.
And for inspiration adventure cards.
Oh, yeah.
I've had that one. What's this one?
Oh, scratch my back. Yeah, scratch my back. Ouch. Warming up to Peacemaker. Ugh.
Testing the volume.
Oh, Mr. Woo's throwing up.
Mr. Woo's farting. Oh, Mr.
What
Woo.
did you eat, Mr. Wu?
We don't ask.
Cocksaka.
He's Sweden.
Swidgen. Cocksaka.
I kind of want to go back and rewatch that now.
I just binged the whole thing. Finished it about a month ago and watched the movie at the end.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. All right. I haven't heard from J-Rob, so we're moving right along. I guess there's actually just the four of you guys here tonight.
I think he did mention about it being one hell of a day or a long day or something.
He might have dozed off. He might wake up here a
Yeah.
little bit and go, oh, shit.
That's what I did last week.
So, to bring Engorgio up to speed on this, you guys left the Big M Ranch and took the tugboat to the city of Los Angeles, where you're trying to meet up with Lacey O'Malley, who is the,
We
big.
also took a maze runner with us.
Well, you captured one along the way. But
No, we totally stole it.
you what? Stole it?
We totally stole it.
It wasn't stealing. There was no one there. It was looting.
Stealing from a corpse is still stealing.
Murder trumps stealing.
It needs to have some repairs. It's got some bullet holes in it and shit.
Particularly the steering wheel.
Best recap ever. Open URL. What's this? Flood session 15 recap. Some shit happened. That's way back to session 15. Yeah, I haven't updated that since then, have I?
Nope.
And you only did that update because before that you were blaming me for the card that HG played.
Yeah, I think that's when Jeb Hexman bit the dust.
That is.
Or was turned to
Session
dust.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I came in 15.
No, it was on 15 for at least 4 weeks.
Yeah, before you even joined.
Oh, shit, okay.
This
It
is
was
actually.
It was on 14 for even more weeks.
So, I could do right and update that. So, session 27, recap.
Well, you use the calendar, don't you?
There,
Is
it's
that how
up.
you keep track of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I downloaded that new calendar extension for 5e. I'm gonna start using it.
Some more shit happened.
More shit happens.
Yep. Yeah, I tell you what, the calendar, if you use it the way it's meant to be, man, you can put notes in there. Certain events happened at certain times, and you can really track the progression of this. Now, to kind of put that into perspective, this particular campaign has something that is time dependent. Something will happen at a specific period in time, and if you're trying to start a campaign way ahead in advance and end on a certain day, it's pretty fucking difficult. It's kind of like TOA. If you're really trying to end the death plague or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, that was hard. I don't see how that's possible if we want to talk about that.
Well, if you wanted to run everything in there, it's not. It's not possible,
No way.
When I ran it with Zafirby, he just extended it by like 2 or 3 times the normal, and said,
I just let him die. I mean, whoever. Oh, she died. We'd have no more help.
Yeah.
She's dead. Then that guy died too. And Rosnissi, yeah, he died. Who cares?
Rosnissi.
Right? He
Like the
dies.
Russian monk, Rosnissi?
And then some other guy takes over the Yanti, and we just keep going. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. So anyway, back to bringing Gorgio up to speed. So you guys, you did a couple things last session. You first went to Shanfan and hired a bunch of sailors to crew this ship that you took from those that came to bomb. That came
Sister
to
Agatha.
yeah, Sister Agatha.
No,
I think that was 2 ago.
no, we totally liberated that ship.
I'll
Okay,
go with that.
you liberated it. So you go to Shanfan and you get a bunch of sailors and stuff. You know, mixed crew. There's some about half of them are Chinese, and the other half are various European descent. Some Mexicans in there. A little splash of this and that. So it's kind of a hodgepodge of a crew, and you left them there to retrofit that ship to be able to haul a wagon and some horses and mules and stuff. So in the
They
meantime,
also instructed for Taco Tuesday, just to say.
and
That's why we
yes,
got to make
yeah,
Taco Tuesday.
yeah, for Taco Tuesdays, um, Fajita Fridays, Taco Tuesdays, and so you decided that you read where when you got to Shanfan, Roderick Pennington Smythe said you guys must be getting ready for the big meeting, and you really didn't know what. But that was on Sunday, and it happened to be he had a copy of that Tombstone Epitaph. And Lacey O'Malley on page 13 in the classifieds had put basically that our Fellowship of Travelers will meet at the Fallen Angel Saloon in Perdition this Saturday at high noon. Attendance is required. So you boogied your asses back to the Big M Ranch, dropped off supplies, dropped off your new crew. They started working on your ship. And you took Dwight Shelton, the owner of the Big M Ranch, you took his brother and 3 sons and his tugboat and headed to Los Angeles. So you get into, coming into Los Angeles. And you get in there and you kind of make your way through the city, noting a few things. For one, for the most part, people seem pretty happy in Los Angeles. Uh, but there seems to be a lot of law enforcement out in full force. Yes, there's going to be singing Murder Hobo Show, if that's what you want to call it. And so you guys make your way through. Now, Dr. Schultz found it interesting. He wanted to check out the big, what the hell, what
Cathedral?
Cathedral.
the
The big
banquet that they have
cathedral.
every Sunday, the Sunday feast at the cathedral. So you guys kind of checked that out on the way through, and you saw that, hey, you just show up on Sundays after the service, and there's plenty of food for everybody. But now in retrospect, you start thinking about it. You're like, I didn't see too many people that were, most of them looked like they could use a meal or 4 or 5. And for the most part, they seemed happy. And you made it through Los Angeles without any issues. And
No, we were told we were supposed to register our guns.
yes, and you actually snuck your guns through Los Angeles. But so behind Los Angeles in the east is a huge cliff face, and on top of this cliff is the town of Perdition, which after the big rail battle that happened outside the east gates of Los Angeles, where Hellstrom dropped the Ghost Rock bomb, the refugees of that battle drifted towards this place, and since then they've started building a town around it. And you did, in fact, find your way to Perdition, which I will share that map with you guys. So I did
nice.
redo the map of Perdition.
Oh,
And
you gave us a pin.
yeah, and I gave you the pins that you are aware of, and one being the Fallen Angel Saloon, and the other being the Great Big Ore Collection Station number 37.
I wasn't here last time.
What's that?
We were in Perdition.
The The only
There's
thing that
devils
was,
with dogs and stuff.
yeah, that was Perdition, Kansas. That was a nightmare.
Hattie Wagner. Sounds fun.
Hattie Wagner. What?
She's a civil liaison. She sounds like she's doesn't remove her teeth when she talks.
So liaison. Yes, her teeth never part.
The civil liaison. Hattie Wagner. Ghost Rock.
Ghost rock, and lots of it, and you can smell it. Actually, you don't really smell it because the prevailing winds are usually out of the west here, and this is west, so the map kind of sits on a bit of an angle, north being not quite center up there. Yeah, you get the railroad runs right down through here, and this is one of the two. You guys did do a little walking around for about 3 hours before you met with Lacey.
Yeah, we had some time.
I think Timmons was looking for the taco truck.
Yeah,
We never
that
had taco trucks in Perdition.
that place that he was talking about is this kind of big empty lot right over here. It's called the Chuck Wagon. And really, it's just a bunch of people got camps set up and they're cooking food for all these workers and shit that's building this town. And mining ghost rock and hauling ghost rock. And I mean, this place is fucking hopping. So when you kind of walked around town, you wanted to know about a gun store, and I said, I don't know what it was called, Tap It Once or something, but actually, uh, this location, which can you guys access the pins that are shared?
Just the two that are shared so far. Yep, that one popped up. Hellstrom's Industry. Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had forgotten all about Tap It Once. So, somewhere on here is a little gun shop. We'll say that it's, who knows? It's right back there, maybe. We'll say it's right there. But Hellstrom Industries, dry goods. And if you went in there shopping, basically you'd find anything in the Deadlands, items menu, but at about 3 to 4 times the cost. Everything's really expensive out here. And the food at the Chuck Wagon is not that great. I mean, you guys are back in the land that everything is rotting faster than you can preserve it and pack it and store it away. And food is a hot, hot commodity.
If that's the case, Jeb's in hog heaven.
So Taco Tuesday tastes like last Tuesday?
Yeah.
Tastes like 5 Tuesdays ago.
Yep.
Taco Tuesday tastes like last month Tuesday.
It's Taco Tuesday Vintage 77.
Well, let's put it this way. The lettuce on your tacos is more brown than green. Okay. Little
Timmons
slime.
Don't eat no lettuce. He put beans and meat. That's what's on his tacos.
You make me hungry.
Sometimes meat.
Right. I want tacos now.
Sorry, it's not even Tuesday.
I feel like Timmons would like cheese.
Maybe. He hasn't really been exposed to too much cheese.
Cheese and beans.
That's probably a good thing.
At least the kind you want to eat, anyways.
Like I said, that's probably a good thing.
Fermented cheese, maybe?
Yeah, he's not too hygienic. So also, we left your robot guy back on the tugboat to protect it.
Oh.
With Little Beaver.
Yeah, him and Little Beaver are back there, and so you guys made it here. You kind of cruised around town. Is there anything particular you were looking for in town? Maybe there's something that you found. I don't know. What? What was that, Venom?
Hmm?
Oh, I thought you said something.
I heard something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it may have just been like picking up a little bit of movement briefly.
Gotcha. So you kind of make your way around town. You spot a few, places of business. There's a little schoolhouse and a church house, kind of both, right there on the corner. The Perdition office of the Greater Maze Rock Miners Association, the Rocky, is right there. Uh, let's see. On the way into town, you would have seen the stagecoach office out here. And then, of course, the new Perdition train station and the telegraph office. And then you notice a cemetery back up here on top of the hill. Looks like a church. But you really didn't have much time to do any more exploring beyond that. And
What are these?
well, it looked like a bunch of little shanties across the tracks over there.
Little people houses.
Is that the wrong side of the tracks?
Now they're just little shanties,
Oh, this one.
little 5 or 10 foot wide,
Yeah, tree.
maybe 10 or 15 foot long shacks that have been erected for. You ask around, what's that over there? And they say, that's the workers' housing. It's where, a lot of
To be honest, I thought it was like container storage.
the container trucks.
They're like a whole bunch of pods over there made out of wood.
Yeah, basically something like that. So anyway, you guys make it noon, high noon on the mark. Lacey O'Malley comes walking in to the Fallen Angel Saloon, and
We already talked to him, didn't we?
yep, you did. And I'm just going to recap the way that went down as we ended the session. You guys do your, appropriate small talk and all that stuff, and he jumps in. He says, I'm sure you remember our little mission during the Battle of Lost Angels and our failure to locate a certain friend of mine. Samuel Hellman wrote the book on Reverend Grimm. Literally, he filed a lengthy report to the agency a few years back that was less than flattering for Grimm and his cult. How'd I see it? Well, I have my ways. Anyway, Hellman suspected Grimm and his minions were sacrificing folks for some nefarious reason, but before he could prove anything, he disappeared. Now, I have a friend who's a stonemason. He recently went out to Grimm's prison in the bay, the Rock, and was unfortunate enough to see where they keep their prisoners. He knew Sam and swears he saw him being hustled down a hallway just before he got to work. I can't imagine he and Grimm are having tea, and I have no right to ask what I'm about to, so I won't sugarcoat it. I need you to break into the Rock and get Sam Hellman out of there. And before you say no, I have a plan that might help. And there comes the rain again.
Yay.
I got it.
Yeah. I persuaded a certain maze rat who owes me a favor to make a raid on the Rock. And while he's doing that, you guys could slip in through a drain my stonemason friend was hired to seal up. He left it less than sturdy, let's say, for just such an emergency. And let's see. He shows you a sketch the guy made. And I will share that quest with you guys.
Our room. You can spell. Did you do this on a napkin?
What,
That's
the
toilet
map?
paper. You did it on the crapper. That's just
Yep.
square toilet paper.
That's a piece of toilet paper.
Wait, we have toilet paper now?
Our bandits
Here.
are hoarding it.
High roller like Lacey O'Malley you do.
Wait, did that say sewage pap?
Yes. I'm glad you
We
can
all
read.
we all look at Dr. King Schultz. That says sewer pipe.
Well, at least we will not have to worry about smelling Jeb there. Sorry, Jeb.
None taken.
Have some mint.
Well,
Ignores
Where-
the mint and just.
that's a pretty big place. Where's this fella being kept?
He said, well, he said that he saw him being hustled down that hallway.
In which direction?
Well, I don't know.
Is that a stairway
We'd
going
have
up
to
or
assume
down?
if he was coming or going, so
Yeah, he said
he could be
that
going to breakfast.
he said they took him out of that hallway or took him out of that doorway right there. This is where he came in, was down these stairs, and they took him to the sewage pipe, and then he went out and welded this big grate on it and stuff. But he saw Hellman being shuffled down this hallway and put into a cell somewhere. And that sewage pipe comes out on the northeast side of that island out there. He tells you it'll take him a couple of days to get word and kind of arrange with his maze rat friend.
How many guards did he see?
Well, let's see. He can tell you a little bit about the prison. He said,
What fun is it knowing what's in there before we get there?
Rock Island Prison is an imposing structure, both for its natural defenses as well as the small horde of defenders who constantly patrol it. And luckily enough, he says that, he's got a network of friends that he's been putting together that kind of allows him to cheat a little bit now and then. And he says a few years ago, a group of heroes snuck in and rescued a prisoner named Jasper. Grimm was more than embarrassed over the breach. He was furious, but it took him many months to finally figure out how the intruders slipped in through the sewage drain leading into the basement. So he hired a local stonemason of some repute to seal it up in such a way that it could never be broken into or out of again. That stonemason happened to be a friend of mine, and when I found out about it, I just asked him to rig the job.
It's good to have friends in low places, right?
Yes,
How
it
long
is,
ago
Darth.
was this?
He said about a month ago. Tells you it's about a month
Is this
ago.
that kind of thing where we should not be seen? Or will they be too distracted to remember us?
He says,
Well, I
I'm
think
hoping that, he said, well, let me tell you about my friend here. He says, unless you got other ideas, I know a scurvy but honorable maze rat who owes me a favor. And he's going to attack the rock in force. The feint should draw all the defenders toward the south side of the island, and you guys can slip in through that sewage drain on the northwest face. Okay, it says northwest face. There will no doubt be a few guardians below who will have to be dealt with, but the ruckus on the surface ought to muffle out most of the fighting, if there's any at all. Best thing you can do is try to get in there and out of there without, drawing any attention.
Well, Timmons is going in there with us, so that's off the table.
Don't forget about
It ain't me. It's usually
Mr.
AC
Williker.
that blows shit up. I'm usually stealthy about it at first.
I don't blow no shit up.
Oh, I just ask them if there's any horse thieves. They'll never let me down the horse thief question. They were horse
Well,
thieves. All
You
of
might
them.
ask that here, and then we can weed out which prisoner is which. Because also, what does this fellow look like? That's an
How would
important
the horses
thing to
get in
know.
the sewer?
Very
said,
carefully.
Unfortunately, I don't have a portrait of good old Sam. I could maybe sketch something, but I'm not the best in the world.
Well, you could at least give us details.
Hopefully, he can answer to his name, I'd think.
What if there are multiple people with the same name?
Wonder if it's a Sam Holbrook.
Maybe it's Sam
Is he-
Smith.
Is he white folk? Is he Chinese?
No, he's Anglo. He's very Anglo.
What color
Yeah.
hair does he possess?
Does he have
It's
hair?
kind of frosted now, but at one time it was dark brown hair, but there's
Oh,
more
he's in his
more
50s.
salt in the pepper than pepper anymore.
He's in his 50s or so.
Mhm.
So it's probably like a silvery type.
Okay, the old white man.
Was he fat?
The old white
Like me?
man, Doc Fang says.
The old skinny white man?
Don't let his looks fool you though. Sam's pretty capable. There's not much scares him,
Hey
obviously.
Timmons, that's better than the skinny naked white people.
True.
Swedgen! Cocksucker!
Cocksucker.
Chicken
Wait, how are
shit.
we getting out? How are we getting out to the prison again?
I would assume by boat.
Yes,
That's a
don't
good
they
question.
watch all the boats?
Said, well, he says, I don't, I'm gonna kind of leave that up to you, but I'd try to make it quiet. Slip in there well before the attack, gets going.
How far is it?
Have you guys ever been to? Well, it's out there quite a ways in the harbor or in the bay. So
5 miles?
no, it's not 5 miles out there. It's maybe a mile out there. You can see it from the shore.
So what you're saying is,
Fast
it's a 3-hour
or a
tour.
mile?
3-hour tour.
Has the weather started getting rough?
You better watch it or I might toss your tiny ship.
We definitely need courage of a fearless crew.
Well, just don't get lost. Okay.
Can we see the place from here?
As you came into Perdition, you came along a switchback trail that ran up the side of this big cliff all the way to the top, kind of like taking a mule train down into the Grand Canyon, And from the top of this cliff, you can see Los Angeles spread out on this like shelf that extends out into it's just a little above sea level, extending out into this huge bay. And then beyond that, as long as there's no fog or anything out there, you can see this island with a great big structure on it. There's the
AMC.
Well, we got a tug right there.
tugs make a lot of noise.
They do.
Also, that maze runner ship.
Does our tug have a dinghy? A dinghy?
I'm sure
A
we'll find a boat.
Does
A
it ding?
surviving ship if it goes down.
He said, Lacey tells you, he goes, I might be able to make arrangements, but any way you look at it, you're going to have to get back through Los Angeles. Let me get word to my people anyway. You guys think on this a couple of days, and
It shouldn't be difficult to find a dinghy or rowboat here, right?
Wait, so the individual that we're going to break out of prison needs to come back to Perdition?
He says, I just assume you're not take any chances with him, bringing him back through Los Angeles.
Well, how about going to the Big M Ranch with him? How about taking him to the Big M Ranch?
Lacey tells you, he goes, I know the Sheltons. Chicken shit. He says, I know the Sheltons, and I can't think of a better place he couldn't lay low for a while. I heard a few stories coming out of that place here lately. Evidently, Reverend Grimm knows Dwight Shelton, too.
I hear he does not like him very much, which is why he sent that large ship with all the cannons.
So could we anchor like out here somewhere and not be noticed too much?
Benno, thank you for the biddies. I'd like to pinch your little biddies right here.
Or if
could
we
you,
were up here, could we go that way by like tiny boat?
well,
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
what I'm thinking if we.
you start sketching some of this shit out here on a back of a napkin or something, and And O'Malley tells you, he goes, he said they got them big old ironclad gunboats out there and stuff. He said, I doubt they're going to let any big old bulky ship get too close to the prison. He said, that's a risk that Grim ain't going to take. He said, that place is got to be just saved for the cream of his crop of people that have irked him in some way or another. But like I said, he said, what do you think about Perdition? This place is something else.
I feel like it could use a nicer name.
Well,
No offense, Lacey. It's a shithole.
what?
What you talking about?
Perdition. It's a shithole.
Like I said, this town is booming with a capital boom. I'm sure you've all known someone that was in the right place at the right time and it changed their life forever. I'm telling you, fellas, that Perdition is just such a place. That is, if it survives its infancy.
Well, they got to do something about the food. That's all I got to say about it.
He says, well, being the eyes and ears of the newest local epitaph office built here in Perdition to chronicle post-rail wars history firsthand, I have seen the writing on the wall. I suspect that those ghost rock magnates are more closely aligned with Wasatch than anyone suspects, and that they'll do their best to influence these elections that are coming up.
Elections?
So, well, any town's got to have, certain officials. He said, so I got thinking about it. We've got the Chinese triads to the north of us. We got Grim out here to the west. But mark my words, fellas, that's a stew waiting to explode down there. And when it happens, folks here in Perdition just be in the right place at the right time. But he said I started putting a bug in some important people's ears about the importance of free election and their tradition of interim marshals and mayors to ensure they stay that way. And most of the ghost rock magnates are pained to hear this, but they can't exactly speak out publicly against free elections now, can they? Yep, excuse you. That's just bad press, especially if I'm writing the story.
That is a very good point.
Yeah, not if they want to lose customers and stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to try to go get word to my buddy, so while you're in town, you should stop and meet Hattie Wagner down at the collection station. She's been a big help to me lately and has been working here since it was a collection station awaiting a railroad. She knows everyone. Tell her I sent you. And he says, where are you fellas staying at?
We're going to be staying right here at the Fallen Angel Saloon.
Well, I wouldn't recommend these rooms. He goes, there's a nice hotel down there.
No one pinned it on the map.
Could you give us directions?
He says, sure. He says, go down here to the railroad and head west. Go all the way to the end of the street. Nice place. It's Cliff Watch Hotel. You can see Lost Angels spread out below you down there from the cliff.
That's where we'll be. Finest rooms for us.
How long do you think it will take for your friend to arrange all of this?
He said it depends on how long it takes me to track him down. But like I said, I've been pretty successful in setting a network up. Good, trustworthy people. I'll be in touch with you within a couple of days.
What time of day at noon, you said?
Yeah, it's probably about 1:30 now. You guys have had a beer and talked to Lacey, and unless you got anything else for him, out the door he goes.
Just one
Oh,
beer.
Let's get a party token. Let's have a party token we can put
Party
on the map.
token.
Let's see.
All right.
Albert and Jeff has been chugging a bottle.
We can do the mule. There, we got the mule. Can be the
That's
mule.
huge. That's a big ass.
Wait a minute. We gotta have
Needs
the
to be
posse.
different
There's
color.
the
There
posse.
we go. So I think we should go to the hotel first and get rooms
That makes sense.
and make sure we got a place to stay, and then we can go and wander around town after. So get a couple of hours.
See what sort of trouble finds us.
Yeah, well, he mentioned going down to talking to Hattie at the ore collection station, number 37.
And it's
And,
not the same Hattie Hornwell that we're looking for.
No, it's Hattie Wagner.
Hattie
Many
Wagner.
Haddies around here. Such a strange name.
That's not
It's
the
so
Hattie
common.
we're looking for?
No, we're looking for the herbalist who lives in the maze.
Yeah,
This is the civil
Hornwell, I
liaison.
believe his name was.
There's
It's
a
also spelled with
stagecoach.
G, I think.
We also need to maybe. Is there a bank? Is there a bank in town?
Sure.
We need some money.
He says,
Oh,
no, there
I'm,
is no bank in town yet.
Damn. I was hoping dinner was going to be on Timmons.
So
He says,
if we
now,
wanna get-
Wasatch, you could either borrow money from, people have been banking with the Rockies over here, and said they got a cash office, and then, you could always go into Hellstrom Industries dry goods, and they're making credits on accounts over there, too.
And
or
here
if we
I
just need
was
some
hoping
cash.
And here I was hoping for steak and lobster to eat tonight.
So we would have
Easy
to get
is.
money stagecoached in.
Pretty much. I mean,
Send a telegraph, have money shipped. Right? That's.
yep, there is a telegraph office up by the railroad station.
They didn't have no. They didn't have no Grand. What is it? Grand Union. What's the one? You can ship money.
Western Union.
Western Union. No Western Union yet. Damn it. They're a
MoneyGram.
stagecoach company. They have a stagecoach company called Western Union.
Yep.
It's a little slower. Takes a little while.
Maybe that's Midwestern Union.
Wings of Angels, it used to be called. It's changed. So we go down to, everybody, we go down to the hotel and see if we can get some rooms. Check it out.
Indeed.
All right, let's go down the hotel.
See if
Alright.
Marv has a map for it.
Nope. No map for the hotel.
I need the biggest room.
I
We're
feel
gonna
like
make
we
it
will
dry.
not be ambushed inside.
But, comparatively speaking to the Fallen Angel Saloon up there, I mean, at least this place has chinking between the boards and, like, newspapers put up on the wall to kind of block the wind and the dust from blowing through the building. Now, the further away from this downtown area you get, the more permanent some of these structures they're building appear to be. So, it's a matter of, I mean, it's a brand new little town growing up here. But it's not a bad place, and basically they tell you that, if you want a room and a bath is, $1.50. If you want a meal with it, it's $5.
That's quite expensive for the food.
Yes, it is. But
Uh,
and that's only why supplies last, sir.
how many rooms do you have available right now? Timmons looks around and goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's 5 of you.
There'll be
Sniff,
6
sniff.
of us eventually.
I think I need a bath.
Or is it just 5?
I think
No.
it's just 5 of you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, HG is supposed to be with us too, but
Yeah, HG's with you, and Dr. Schultz is with you.
I kind of
Okay.
figured that HG would sleep at the saloon, just under one of the tables.
Probably. You guys probably had to wake him up to get him to come along.
Timmons is like, can we run a tab? Be all right if we run a tab? And he folds out. Where's money at? He folds out. What's a gold eagle? $10.
Yeah.
yeah.
He folds out 50 gold eagles
What?
and says, "Can we run a tab? How much money do you need to have a tab? How many of these coins do you need?"
And you set $500 in gold coins out there.
Yeah.
He says, "Sir, you are set up. I will take care of you. Dinner will be served at 6 p.m. in the main room right here. I will make sure you have fresh sheets on your bed." And he sweeps that 500 gold off there just quicker than you can bat an eye. Starts clapping his
Timmons
hands.
says, now remember, if we don't spend it all, I want the chains back.
Oh, sure. So, yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
And I clunk the desk with my shotgun, like under the jacket. Clunk.
He kind of looks down. And, I get your point, sir. I get your point.
But we're here to have a good time for the brief time we're here, and we don't need no worrying about money and all that stuff. So if my friends here need something, just fetch it up for them. Put it on that. Now, which one is my room?
He says, you guys got that you got the scenic view. You know, you guys got, you're looking out over the city of Los Angeles down here on this big old shelf of stone that kind of extends out into the bay.
You got the Cliftwatch Suites.
Yes.
The Cliftwatch Suites.
Matter of fact, by the time you get up there, you hear this woman going, "Well, what'd you do that for?" And then you come around the corner and he's shooing her out of the room, and she's got like a bag with her clothes in it and shit. It's all right, dear. It's all right. They paid well. They paid well.
I'm like, hold up real quick. And I pick up one of her shoes that fell out. Here you go. And I stack it on top of all the shit she's carrying. There you go.
You go in there and you see him
Drop
yanking
the shoe.
He's yanking the sheets off the bed and trying to get the bed changed for you and stuff. This is the most comfortable bed I've got in here. It's mine, sir, and it will be yours for as long as you need it. 6 o'clock sharp
Very
now.
nice. That's very nice. Now remember, sometime we might miss dinner, so just keep it warm for us. We'll come get it.
Mr. Wu can sleep on the floor.
Mr. Wu. Is he with you or on the boat? Did you bring him with you, or is he on the boat?
He'd be on the boat, you know,
hiding with the robot dude and little beaver.
Mm-hmm.
So, also, Albert, when we got here, we saw a lot of Hellstrom-related ships, and that's one of the big reasons we wanted to hide Rob.
Fair enough.
There is a big Hellstrom presence.
Huge.
Do they
Huge.
have a bath?
everywhere.
Not that Timmons is looking for a bath in particular, but
Yes, he said that there was bats there.
Timmons
Jeb
might
said-
get forced to take a bath by his compatriots.
Just gonna
Oh.
fill it with HG special brew first.
Timmons is
Water.
taking a bath.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's what I think.
Timmons, you can't smell nearly as bad as Jeb, so
Actually,
You'd
Jeb,
be
you're
surprised.
if you know, unless you tell me different, you're able to control that pretty well. I mean, you've only, you know, you got to drink, what is it, was it a quart, or how much was it?
quarter two or something.
A
think
quart or
it was
two of liquor a day to keep yourself pickled. And unless you tell me you're going to stop doing that, I'm just going to assume that you're maintaining that to, if not, you
Yeah,
might have some trouble out here. Take a loose pick.
yeah.
How easy that is with H.G. Willikers in the
Right.
neighborhood.
I sneak into his stash quite often.
Oh hell, you woke up with him pouring the shit on you before. I'm just doing a little test, just testing it to see if it works through the skin. Yep.
And since Jeb can't get drunk, he's probably trying to make more potent brews.
See if you can taste this.
He's made it so potent that it just tastes like the metal that the shit comes through.
It probably smells and tastes like rubbing alcohol.
Pretty much 190 proof. 90%.
Yay, Everclear.
Yay. Nasty shit.
Yeah. By the way,
It's so good.
I don't recommend mixing that with Smirnoff vodka and Bacardi 151. Yeah.
You guys ever do spring water? Where you get like a big 30-gallon trash can from Walmart or whatever, and you buy a bunch of fruit and chop it all up, and you start with I think 4 or 5 2 liters of Mountain Dew and a fifth of Everclear, and then everybody that comes to the party brings a pint of clear liquor, and they pour it in there. It can be rum, it can be vodka, it can be, yeah, it's wicked. Tastes
Yeah,
like
Back
I've never had a hangover was
We
from
called
that.
it Hunch Punch.
hello, Dragon Bait.
oh, it brings you back.
Yeah, that'll hurt you. It'll crib. It tastes like fruit juice, but the next day your head's just pounding.
Oh God. Brings back memories.
I think I'll pass.
Some memories.
All right, so you
Brings
guys
back
get
to spots that should be memories.
you get all settled in here. You want to just relax for the afternoon, wait for dinner? You going to go around town?
Perhaps we should go speak to that woman he suggested before dinner.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think we should get kind of cleaned up a little bit and then go see her, wander around town, and then come back and have dinner and then chill out.
If that's the case, Jeb will take a soak in the tub.
Nasty.
Albert will try and swipe the bottle while Jeff is bathing.
Nope, he took the bottle with him.
You should make sure to replace the empty bottle with the water from the bath.
You do realize that you don't sweat, right?
Yep. I mean, I've got some holes in me, and blood's not even coming out. So
Yeah, all those holes are probably sealed up by now. Amazing how
True.
quick that happens. But yeah, you don't sweat. But so, the only benefit to a bath would be washing the dirt off and maybe putting some perfume in the water to help a little bit. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'd probably do that because I'm sure I have caked up dirt in places that you don't want to tell people about.
Rose water. There you go. Doc Fang got you some lavender. All right, so
Thanks, Doc.
Jeb, you take a bath. You guys kind of get cleaned up a little bit, knock the dust off, head up into town. We'll say it's 2 o'clock.
And there is 6 of
2:30.
us because we're missing HG and J Rob. Or total anyway.
It's because, oh, you know what? Albert wasn't in the tracker. Yep, there are 6 of you. So basically, it's $30 a day for rooms if you guys want a meal.
I think Timmons can front that easily.
Yeah.
There's your timestamp for your note.
Timmons just invented the American Express card.
What is that card you are holding?
It's called credit.
Mm,
Comes with the
very useful.
assurance that somebody's getting the money. Similar to a shotgun.
But more easily carried.
I thought they just called those weddings.
That's violent. So yeah, we're gonna wander down to talk to Hattie Wagner.
Hattie Wagner. Let's see, Hattie Wagner.
Yes, at the ore collection station, I believe they said.
Yeah. Hattie Wagner at the ore collection station.
Remember not to walk on the railroad tracks, as a train may come and crush you.
How many trains are coming and going out of this place? Is it like constant? Like,
Yep. About every 20 to 30 minutes. I mean, you've actually, just it's almost nonstop train whistles, either coming or going, east or west.
and we got a hotel right on the tracks, so
Yep. Yeah, but every train
Hey.
that comes through here stops. It's not like they're
Hey,
trucking on.
Hey, if we can sleep through Timmons snoring, the train's nothing.
He's got a point.
HG that snores.
He
Timmons
does indeed
talks in
have a
his
point.
sleep. Timmons mumbles in his sleep and plays with his third nut. So just to be clear.
Only that one, though?
Yeah, you know how you do the corner of your pillowcase, you nubby. It's not a whole nut. It's only part of one. It's the nubby part.
Okay, moving on now.
So, ore collection station,
Fuck.
Oh, look over there.
You crazy fucker. Yeah, so you guys kind of make your way down through here. Just let me know what you're wanting to explore. This, looks like a row of shops. There's a cobbler, bootmaker. Couple of freight offices. Look like they're private freight offices. There's a somebody who's set up selling clothing. Somebody set up who's selling hardware. All down through there. There's shacks and houses out behind it. And as I said, the farther away from the middle of town you go, the more complete the structures are built. They're not just clapboard homes and businesses out there. They're people who look like they're setting up permanently, setting up shop and putting roots down. And then some of the older buildings that were first built right around the collection station are now being retrofitted with siding on the outside of them and things like that. So the town's definitely booming. And no, it's definitely not a shithole, Jeb Hex.
No, that's just his opinion.
Do we see any real estate offices?
Well, you do see a building that says Perdition Town Hall and the assessor's office right here.
Perhaps you could become Mayor Timmons.
I was thinking about buying me a little piece of property somewhere.
And then as you make your way on around, you come down here and you see there's as you're headed down to the office where Hattie Wagner is. It is in the end of Hattie Wagner is in this building, the main office for the collection station. And then right here next to it looks like a cafeteria where a bunch of workers that are working this plant are in there eating and taking a break and shit. Yeah, you see.
So that plant is only covered with a wall on, like, not on the railroad track side?
Nope, not on the railroad track side. On that side, looks like there are docks that come out of each of these processing bins here, where they're probably filling up cars or something. And you see a steady stream of ghost rock miners that come into town, and they go through one gate and come down here and offload their shit, and then they head on out the other way, and it's just a line of people. Kind of looks like walnut season around here at the local MFA.
What are these guys, like, horse-drawn wagons or carts, or how are they lugging this shit to town?
Yeah, most of them, and then you see some guy standing there in line, and he's got a couple big old bags over his. He's probably carrying 60 pounds of ghost rock in these bags over his back. So yeah, wagon's about like Albert's little, Albert's buckboard.
Little house on the prairie thing?
Yeah.
Maybe a few wheelbarrows.
So I'll move you down here back to the middle of town.
Yeah, Timmons is kind of looking in the town hall. He peeks in the window. See, like, a guy sitting in there, like, at a desk.
Yeah, you see a couple of guys sitting there at a desk, and the rest of the building looks dark. And the building looks fairly new and pretty damn nice. I mean, it's a nice looking government building compared to some of these older structures here where the Fallen Angel Saloon is and stuff.
Does it say who the mayor is?
No. Doesn't say who's. It just says, mayor is painted on the door, but there's no name after it.
There's supposed to be an election, isn't there?
Yep. Yep. Lacey was saying that, it can't come quick enough, that shit's getting kind of crazy in town. And you do notice that, there's a lot of people coming out of this Ghost Rock place and drifting into the Fallen Angel. And this 2.5 hours that from the time you left here earlier, 2 hours, it's starting to get rowdy. And you can occasionally hear gunfire like on a block over. And then there's a fist fight out in the street, and there's absolutely no law whatsoever.
See, I was right. It is a shithole.
Well, at the very least, it is very chaotic.
Well, put your badge on and go do something then.
Good idea. Aren't you the sheriff of some sort, Jeb?
I'm retired.
I'm retired.
Hey,
I'm
maybe,
getting too old for this shit.
Maybe Timmons can ask if there's any horse thieves and see how that goes.
Excuse me, fellas that are fist fighting in the middle of the street. Are any of you horse thieves?
They kind of stop. What did he say? Fuck you, pow! And the guy hits him again. Back the. So no, they're not really paying attention. You see him kind of roll around in the dirt, but yeah, it looks like. But then down the street, you can see a sign kind of hanging perpendicular off this building up here, and it's got a big, looks like a big sheriff's star, deputy star, or whatever. And it says Marshal on.
Oh, let's go see.
What is that over there?
Ooh, Marshall, no, we should probably avoid that.
Why is that?
Well, you get there, and it's actually they're just doing the final touches on the place. And again, it says Town Marshal, and nobody's name after. This is a stout stone building, complete with 5 iron-barred jail cells. Obviously a new building, already seeing use even without an official town marshal in place.
So there's not an official town marshal, but somebody acting as town marshal?
Nope. It's what Lacey was saying back there, that that he kind of planted some bugs and to get the free elections going. But in the meantime, there needs to be, these people have said that, yeah, I guess we could use an interim mayor and sheriff until, elections can take place next week or 2 weeks, in 2 weeks.
Perhaps we could assist with that. We are good at bringing order.
Where'd you guys leave the Sheltons at? David and Davy and Tommy and Joe.
The Big M Ranch, didn't we?
I thought you brought them with you.
Yeah, we did bring them with us. I believe they were going to ride the train out to their place back in Texas and load up cattle.
Because the Vermilion line is near here.
Yeah, they were headed down here to the railhead on the Bayou Vermilion line. So you guys went into Perdition and they headed south.
Or they might have left out of Los Angeles. I don't know.
No, we probably made sure they had the proper supplies and they headed off.
Well, if they would have went out of Los Angeles, they would have had to take the Wasatch, the Denver Pacific, all the way to Denver, then around bloody Kansas and down into Texas. If they went this way, they just go across Arizona, New Mexico, and they're right there, right back there at, where did I say they were from? Lubbock?
Oh, okay. Then they went to Perdition for sure.
Yeah.
Lubbock.
No, they headed down here to the Bayou Vermilion railhead, and you guys went into Perdition. So, anyway.
Yeah, Perdition is like just outside of Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's on a big cliff overlooking.
Yeah, overhanging.
All right, so you get to this building here, and it says, ore collection station number 37. The Greater Maze Rock Miners Association, and then somebody has painted in a different script, in a different color paint underneath it, Perdition, California, like it's hand painted in there.
Apparently, this is where they collect the ore.
Yeah, that's why there's a line with people with wagons trying to get in the place.
Well, we could perhaps go into this administrative office and see if that person is here.
What part?
What was her name? Patty?
Hattie Wagner. Well, so you go in there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll go in.
Yes.
All right, so you go in here, and basically you see a couple of bean counters and a couple other guys kind of, looking at scales and these are scale receipts, and these miners are coming in here and they've got a piece of paper with them, and then you see a guy, he's counting out gold and silver and paying these guys out. And there is a lady that's got an office kind of off to the side right next to where it says branch manager.
Perhaps that is it. Timmons, you're good at asking questions. Perhaps you can loudly ask such a question.
I go up to her and I say, "Are you the branch manager?" And I point to her sign on her desk.
Let's see, what does this say? Ore collection station stands like a steel beast at the in town. Number 37 stenciled on the side of its massive, whatever the hell this thing is, holding tank. Smoke oozes from stacks on top of them. Trains chug in and out of it all day long. Number of doors are apparent, but one has a sign in the window reading, the sign in the window says Hattie Wagner, Civil Liaison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where she's at.
So you walk into her office.
I mean, there's like 4 of us, so I don't know how big these offices are. If
It's
she's got a
pretty,
cubicle, it might be a little tight.
yeah,
Hey,
it's
how you
bigger
doing,
than
Hattie?
yeah.
Good to see you.
No, it's probably 12 by 12. It's big enough for 4 people to stand in and talk to.
Yeah, we step in, get out of the dusty ass freaking street.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How can I help you?
Is there anybody else in the room with her?
Nope, just her by herself.
Timmy says, Lacey Malley sent us up here to talk to you. We're the Double Posse Detective Agency.
I'm sorry that.
Oh.
Oh, Mr. O'Malley, yes. And what was your name?
My
Just give
name's
her one of
Timmy.
your cards. Just give her one of your
Oh,
cards.
here, yeah, sure. Here's my card right here. Oh, that was this one.
not the. It was R.J. Chestnut's Resupply Company or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got a couple businesses.
And she goes, oh, well, that makes. And then she looks at you, Doc Fang, and then passes right on past you, and looks at Albert and Jeb and Dr. Schultz, the 3 of them. That would make one of you. Well, here, we'll start here. Yes, this one's for you, Mr. Simmons. That's your interim commission statement of pay. Pay schedule, keys to the mayor's office, solemn vow to serve the community of Perdition to the best of your ability.
Wait, what?
And I've got this one. I'm sorry, sir. Wait, what? What's your name?
Hexman. Jeb Hexman.
Yes, that's yes.
Yeah.
And this one's for you. And you, Marshall, this one's for you. That there's your badge, the keys to the jail, and your interim commission and pay schedules and whatnot. You got to supply your own gun per the agreement. Thank you kindly. Is there anything else you needed?
What'd you get? Timmons leads over to Jeb. What'd you get?
Yeah. I'll
Marshall.
open the bag and show him the badge and whatnot.
Yep. You open the badge and it's got like a real 10 marshals, town marshals badge here, but it's got a piece of paper that's been kind of stuck to it with some like fly paper tacky stuff, and it says interim on it, right above the marshal.
Okay, first.
Like a post-it note on the badge.
Yeah, yeah. Interim marshal. Yep, and Timmons, yours comes complete with a gavel. Yours has a gavel.
Like, I thought this was a pap. I was trying to figure out how to smoke out of it.
I think you like this end.
No, it's a gavel. Look, it's tap tap.
Official now.
Yeah,
Get to work, Jeb. Tap tap.
I can do that too.
Go arrest somebody. We need to make some money in this town.
You should deputize this. Get working on that.
Well, go tell her your names. He's giving out stuff right now. You could be the Grand Duchess next week. Go ask her.
Be the Grand Duchess?
I don't know. Do they need one?
Are you in need of a Grand Duchess?
Wouldn't he have to be an is first?
All right, gentlemen, move along. I have no need for a Grand Duchess. Thank you for serving your community. Have a great day. And she closes the door.
Why do I have a feeling that...
Stoop, looking at these papers, holding my gavel. Shotgun keeps slipping off my shoulder.
Why do I have a feeling that Lacey totally conned the fuck out of us?
Give me notice roll. Yeah, you guys are like looking at this shit, and Jeb goes, why do I get the feeling that Lacey totally kind of fuck out of us? And you look up, and all other activity in this office has stopped. And all these old miners that are covered in black and, ghost rock dust and shit, they're all looking at you, and they're looking at you holding that 10-star, Jeb. Then they
You put it on, Jeb.
slowly go back to business.
Yeah, I'll put it on. Just
You should put it on your hat, then everyone can see it better.
yeah, but that would ruin the hat.
We can get you a new hat, Jeb. We can get you
I-
a new hat.
well-
I'm the mayor. I'm the
well,
mayor. We have a budget we can work with.
Well, to be honest, Jeb probably needs a new hat. There's probably at least a couple of bullet holes in his hat.
I think there's still a bullet hole in your spleen. What are you talking about?
Oh, speaking of which, and he kind of looks around, makes sure nobody's paying attention, reaches up under his shirt, digs through something, and then pulls out a slug and hands it to Timmons.
Did I shoot you with this?
I don't
Look
know.
down at it. No, that's too big to be buckshot.
Oh, I did say a slug.
Perhaps HG punched it into you. That time when he was punching everyone.
No,
Well,
it's one of the myriad of
Timmons
times I've
is going to
shot.
start wandering over towards the town hall. I want to go see what my dad looked like.
All right, so you walk outside, and you start across the street, and you look down, and there's Lacey O'Malley in his white suit with his fedora on, and he's standing down there in front of the town hall, and you kind of look his way, and you make eye contact with him, and you see him. He kind of looks around like he didn't see you at first, you know.
Well,
No.
Timmons goes kind of running towards him excitingly. Like,
The new phone books are here. The new phone books are here.
yeah. Look at this gavel. I got a gavel.
God.
So I know he looks.
Yeah, okay, so he starts to kind of like disappear behind the building, and then you start going, "Look, I got a gavel!" And he turns around, and you see his face go kind of from scared to, okay, and he starts to smile a little bit, you know, and then he's like, "Yeah," you know, he gives you the thumbs up, and then he looks at you, Jeb. Thumbs up, Jeb?
Yeah, he's just going to take a long pull from his bottle and just kind of stare at Lacey.
That means he accepts the job.
You guys come walking up to him. He goes, all right. I know you're surprised. Okay, shocked. But you were absolutely the only people I could trust with this. And you're also the only people Wesich would agree to appoint. You see, I told you Hellstrom liked you.
Nah, he might not like us after he's learned certain things.
You just need to serve long enough to make sure we can get a real mayor and marshal elected in a fair and free election. There are
Yeah,
people
let's
who,
try to get that happen ASAP, please.
yeah, well, it's 2 weeks, you know. There's people who will try to stop that from happening. Mashik Kurtz, or Sheck to his friends, is in bed with the Ghost Rock magnates, and he's going to have a vested interest in this election. He owns one of the rail companies that hauls Ghost Rock from Station 37 to Prosperity Bay. And it's in all their best interest to get a mayor elected who will put their concerns before those of the men and women who keep Perdition running.
Sounds just like Timmons.
I'm not about to let that happen, so what do you say? It's only for 2 weeks.
Can we run for mayor if we want to?
Absolutely.
If you do a good job, that will make it more likely people will vote for you.
Well, maybe if I just say I'm running and then don't do nothing, because then I can't screw it up.
All right, so apparently I'm the marshal. Do I have any deputies?
You should deputize us.
I'm sure that
Jeb, I'm looking right here, and Timmons flaps this piece of paper around he's got, and it says you have a budget of 4 deputies right here on this paper. And he writes it on there.
and then you look at that piece of paper and it doesn't say anything of the kind. Matter of fact,
it just has some squiggles.
Basically it says the promised pay is more like a stipend $50 for the mayor and $75 for the marshal, inclusive of hazard pay, and due on election day. So that what?
Timmons like, I gotta pay to be mayor?
What Doc Fong said in FG chat.
Yeah. A B with 4 stick figures. Budget. 4 deputies. And they got little stars on their chest.
No, they're going to pay you. They're going to pay him $50 to be the mayor and you 75. That includes hazard pay, and it's due, payable due you on election day.
Well, it seems to me that you just have to hire your own deputies.
And Jeb looks around at Doc Fong, Dr. Schultz, Albert, and HG and says, "Yep, y'all are my new deputies, and y'all aren't getting paid."
Albert.
To ensure morale.
Albert will give him the middle finger.
Fine,
We get to wear the badges, though. We have to get some made, but, because the city doesn't have a...
Fine. I'll split the 75 5 ways.
Well, please, gentlemen, don't just stand out here. Why don't we just come into my new office?
Yes, let us check the various offices out to see what sort of desk you have.
So you walk into the town hall, and like I said, you see a couple of men here. They look to be, they're probably, some of the founders of the town. They're wearing nice wool suits, and you see them drafted. They're arguing, no, we can't put that there. And if you have livestock that close to the town, you're just, the restaurants will never be able to make $1. And they're arguing back and forth. And in the back, you see this really nice office. And it's got this, big golden oak door with a window in it. And it's etched in there, the town of Perdition, California, mayor's office. Now, it hasn't had the name painted in underneath it. And then right to the right of that is like this other door. And there's no window in the door, but there's a sign on it, and it says interim mayor's office right next to this real nice one. And you open it up, and it's about a 10 by 10 room.
Door hits the desk.
Yeah,
Punk.
Door hits the desk, and there's no windows in it. It's more like a storage closet that they've set a small desk up in here for the interim mayor.
I think they got the. I think
that
this means that that you're gonna find me in that other room more often. But Timmons looks around the room kind of sadly. There's like a chair and a desk, right? There's a lamp.
Just barely. And probably a file cabinet.
And then one other little chair. Yeah, the filing cabinet. There's like one.
No, it's wall-to-wall filing cabinet.
One empty Pendaflex with one tab on it. It says Perdition.
Yeah, there's like a stack of papers here, an inkwell and a quill, and and a little piece of block of wood to whack your gavel on.
Hey, look. Timmons like sits down. The interim mayor now takes his position and taps it.
Dong dong.
All right, fella, let's get to work. We're gonna make this town great again.
What do you suggest we do first? Should we erect some sort of wall?
Well, first, I think we should have a physical inspection of the jail cells and the sheriff's office, the marshal's office.
Good idea.
All right, so you walk out the front door.
We didn't even
And
say anything to these guys in there. We just walked through, coming through.
you just walk through.
walked past.
Well, they don't even pay attention to you, man. They're over here arguing. Another guy comes in. He goes, "It ain't gonna work. I went up there and measured it myself." And they're hollering at each other. And you see like some surveyor-looking guys standing out the open back door of this place, and they're standing there, that looking kind of disgusting. Like, are they gonna fucking argue all day again or what? They're just looking at each other like, "Are you kidding me?" And so you walk on out into the street, and there's a lot of people, man. A lot of people moving. You make your way down to the marshal's office, and you walk inside, and there's 3 or 4 badges that say deputy marshal.
Ooh,
Here you go, fellas.
There is a brand new gun rack. Has not a gun on it. There is a key ring laying on the desk here, and it's got a key to all of these jail cells. I think there's 5 of them. And then your little package
All right,
that Hattie Wagner handed you had a key that fits the front door.
Does what below?
His wearing all dramatically, whatever.
the
it was.
deputy badge.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's pretty solid, I think.
It's a billowing
and screw
deputy.
you, Albert.
Little package.
Are the jail cells empty?
They are. I mean, you can still smell varnish. I'd imagine some of the woodwork in here is still tacky. That's how new this building is.
Perhaps not leaning against the wall would be a good idea.
Well, having been a sheriff before, Jeb's gonna take the jail cell keys and go through and check them, lock them, unlock them several times, shake them.
Seem to be pretty well constructed. You don't see any, anything that's not, out of
Will
place.
examine them. Timmons will examine them too, just to make sure.
Just to make sure.
Well, I've got to say this: they're built better than the 2 cells I had back in Smallville.
I have an idea. Hey, Timmons, why don't you get into that cell, and we can make sure that it is properly locking.
I'm getting pretty hungry, and I don't need none of your tricksters there, Doc.
It is. Hopefully, we'll.
I'm the mayor now. I got lots of stuff to do. That sounds like a fun time. Okay, lock me in here.
Albert, you gonna put one of these deputies' badges on, or you just give him the finger and walk off?
He will put it inside of his suit pocket, but he won't. It won't be showing.
Okay.
He has a reputation to maintain.
Yes. With that, I think we're gonna take a 5-minute break or 10-minute break. What do you say, fellas?
10 minutes.
10 minute?
Level up.
Yeah, we're gonna start the old countdown right there, and we will be back in just a little over 10 minutes. So stick around.
Lawyer drama type of show, and it was fucked up.
Yeah, we're back. Lawyer type of fucked up drama show. That is not what this is. Although somebody just gained a certain position of esteem legally, I believe. Another one.
Timmons, does this mean you can also act as an attorney?
The judge.
Well,
Oh shit.
I'm
Judge Timmons.
I'm sure there's certain circumstances that my decision-making skills are going to come into play.
That was quite the decision you just had, Timmons.
I made a
That was
decision.
quite the explosive idea.
Oh, the decision is always to expel.
Exfoliate. Oh my god.
No matter what. Don't hold that shit in.
Oh, I think he just exfoliated all over the room.
Good thing we're out on the street here. The dirt can soak that up.
Yes, you kid.
No, we're in the marshal's office checking out the jail cells, remember?
Oh, that's true. Well, Marshall, you do have
Do what? You broke
you have
up.
a budget. You have a budget to hire a cleaning staff.
No, I'll just make Timmons do it.
How many people you want me to hire for you?
I don't need that many people.
Should we go and deal some justice to those rowdy doers at the tavern? Mayor? Marshal?
I don't really want
Mustache guy?
perhaps my presence or our presence would be enough to settle most things, hopefully.
We
Perhaps
should,
Timmons can go shoot his shotgun up into the air in front of them.
Hey, Ace T. Every once in a
Yeah,
while,
yeah. I believe it's about time for cocktail.
It's always time for cocktails.
Isn't that what you're drinking right now?
Oh, yeah, not this one, the different one. Let's go get a cocktail.
Well, that's what Timmons says, is if we want people to know we are the mayor and the sheriff or the marshal, the mayor and the marshal, then I'll carry my gavel around and you could carry your badge.
Do we need to go get you that little piece of wood so you can hit it with your gavel? Is that your gavel, Timmons?
Yeah, I don't.
I
just
can't
gotta have
fucking
a
believe
sweet-
Timmons' the character Timmons is still alive. I can't fucking believe it.
I know, right?
Why? What does he do wrong? He doesn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
He's usually the first to take cover.
All right, so what would you guys like to do? Lacey says, he's headed back to the Fallen Angel, which, by the way, is where he keeps a room there. That's where he does his story writing and whatnot. And then he takes it down to the telegraph office, and they send it off to Tombstone and blah blah blah.
Perhaps we should go see if Lacey knows any issues that are happening in town that you could deal with, Mayor.
Someone's like, yes, let's go to the Fallen Angels Saloon. That sounds like a good place. What do you want to join us there, Jeb?
I suppose.
Go down here. Check it out.
All right, so you head back out on the street from the marshal's office. And when you first walk out, you notice 2 or 3 people kind of look at you. Some of them, with reluctance, and 1 or 2 of them actually kind of smile and maybe look a little relieved at seeing a lawman walk out of the marshal's office. People scurry on about their business. You turn and you start west down Main Street here. And roll me a d20, Ben.
Uh-oh.
No problem. As a matter of fact, do you have any kind of intimidation skill?
That would be a negative.
That's fine. People just kind of, some of them, they're walking right at you and they're not paying much attention. And, there's people going and coming left and right. It's crazy how busy this small town is. And a couple times, like, people almost run into you and then they stop and they see the badge and you see them take a couple of steps backwards and then kind of avoid you as they walk on around. You come to a guy. He's laying between 2 of the buildings, right about here. And he's just had the teetotal shit beat out of him. From what you can see, there's like blood coming out of one of his eyes, blood coming out of one of his ears. And he's laying here. He doesn't have any boots on, no hat, nothing.
I'm going to check him out, see how he's doing.
Yeah, I'm going to go over there.
See if I can bandage him up a little bit.
Well, the first thing you'd notice, Doc, is he's stinking drunk. I mean, drunk.
Albert drunk?
He's not as drunk as Albert when he shit his pants. But well, no, actually, he's more drunk than that because this guy's not. Of course, maybe a head injury, you don't know, but you kind of work with him with a healing roll like that. Yeah, you get you notice the blood around his ear is dry, so it's not really bleeding anymore. But he's probably got some concussions, and you get him to kind of come around a little bit. But I mean, you can leave him here or try to get him someplace, but he's not going to get anywhere on his own.
Well, I don't think he's going to get any worse, although I think his brain may have been hurt.
Well, maybe he needs to be incarcerated for the evening.
Hey, Marb, have we seen any sort of hospital or medical area
No.
in the town yet?
No, not.
All right, I know we've seen at least 1 or 2 churches.
Well, you've seen the little schoolhouse church house right down here. It is Saturday. There's no kids in there right now.
But there could be nuns.
Or the religious guy.
No, there's no crucifix on the building. Looks like it's probably a Presbyterian church, maybe.
Does it look like there's anybody there?
I don't know. You gotta walk down there.
Yeah, let's see if we can't pick this fella up carefully and try to get him someplace for medical attention.
All right. So you kind of help him to his feet, and he's completely out of it. But it seems his body just, it kind of, you're semi-dragging his feet, and he's semi-walking, taking steps every now and then. So he might have some tiny inkling of what's going on, but you're not quite sure. But you get him down, And the pastor, Elder Ernest Raymond, preacher, no, he is actually a Mormon, I believe. Got his Mennonite beard neatly trimmed. And let's just see. Yeah, okay. He seems to be fairly attentive, and he's like, "Oh my gracious, what has happened? What has happened here?"
Don't know. Found this man in the alleyway like this. I'm the new marshal in town, Jeb Hexman.
Oh, Marshall, it's nice to meet you. It's about time somebody tried to get control of stuff. I'm Elder Ernest Raymond. I'm the preacher here.
Kind of new to town. Wasn't exactly sure where, you know, to take the injured. So I knew you were nearby.
Well, at least maybe till he can wake up and tell us who he is. Here, help me back here. And he grabs a hold of the guy, leads him to the back room, into like his private little residence, lays him down on the divan. And he says, I can keep him here up till Monday, but when Sister Emma gets back, in class with the kids, he can't be here. But hopefully he can get up and going on his own here in a day or two.
Well, if not, perhaps we can find a more permanent location for him to heal.
Albert,
Or at
what are
least
you doing
perhaps
this
he
whole
can
time?
Tell us where he lives.
Albert's hanging out in the back smoking his cigar.
Is smoking a cigar in the church school?
Yes, sir.
I can imagine him as
Don't lie. You're totally smoking in the boys' room.
smoking in the boys' room.
Hey, just kind of hanging back, listening, paying attention, but puffing on the cigar.
Uncle Buck. That was the movie I was thinking of. Uncle Buck, where he's smoking in this kid's school. Here's a
It's good
quarter.
movie.
John Candy.
Yeah, here's a
Good
quarter.
movie.
Take it downtown and have a rat gnaw that thing out of your face.
So, all right, you get old beat up dude. You get him turned in there, and head back down. You make it back to the Fallen Angel Saloon. Roll me a d20. There he is, Uncle Buck.
It's a good thing this system doesn't rely on D20s.
Was that a 4 that you rolled? I wasn't looking. Was that a?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Why? You think they all roll low, Benno?
Well, no, it's just if this was a D20 system, and typically in those systems, rolling low is not good.
We're just rolling random encounter check.
That
Yeah.
is the only thing in fantasy and 5e that seems if you roll high on, you get an encounter. It's like 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 is usually encounter.
Right.
Depending, sometimes it's 19 and 20 or whatever, but it's always the high part.
It all depends on where you're at. Like you could be in some places out here where a 15 and above would be a random encounter, so it's pretty easy to get one.
Well, let's take Stride for example. The module says, if you're walking along the road, roll for a random encounter, and if I'm remembering right, it's 18 to 20, or it might be 19 and 20, but I think it's 18 to 20. There's an encounter. However, if you're walking through the woods, it's like
Exactly.
15 to 20.
Yep, same thing.
Yeah.
Yep. So we need to walk through the woods more. Level up.
Level up.
Um,
Not
Really?
milestone, then it doesn't
No.
matter.
No, not
Complete
yet.
story.
So you guys head back into the Fallen Angel Saloon. You're having beers with Lacey. I mean, afternoon is wide open. He said he tells you I'm working on that line with my friend. We'll have it dialed in here in the next couple of days. You spend some time kind of asking around town and stuff. He tells you about the recent elections, and somebody was going to say something.
Oh, well, I was going to say if we were going into the tavern, saloon, whatever it is, Jeb was going to ask around about the man found outside. If anybody knew anything about it.
Outside the saloon, wasn't he?
I was down the street a little bit.
Or was he in this alley? I think he was in that alley.
Yeah, right there.
Still, he smelled of alcohol and he wasn't too far from the saloon.
Right.
Good place to start asking questions would be the saloon.
Yes, we shall ask questions.
Yep. Well, you go in and you start asking questions. How are you going to go about doing that?
Well, first by showing off the new badge, just making sure it's perfectly visible. Make sure that gun on my side on my hip is visible. And the closest thing I have to intimidation would actually be persuasion.
So you're more of a walk in with kind of a smile on your face type marshal, or how do you walk in here?
Yeah, probably a slight smile. No, let people know I'm not looking for trouble, but I need to ask questions.
Let's be friends, but if you cause trouble, I'm going to shoot you.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. So you walk in and people kind of stop. Gets a little quiet for a second. Several people look at.
I'll
They look
tip
at
my
your
hat.
they look at your badge and some of them tip their hat to you. Some of them sneer. They give you kind of a "what are you about" kind of look. And same kind of when you first walked out of the marshal's office on the other end of the street. Some people look relieved. There's about 20 people in here. Most people look like they're like whatever, they just turn around and go back to drinking and talking. There's a card game going on over in the corner.
Well, I'll approach the bar, and hopefully the bartender's behind the bar.
Tillman Moss at your service.
Yes, Marshal Jeb Hexman, interim sheriff.
And you see a gregarious man with a waxed mustache and a winning smile.
Oh, that the ladies must love that.
He's describing Albert.
Albert wishes that was Albert's description.
So who all's walking up to the bar?
Timmons does.
I'll join him because I'm the deputy.
Albert also joins.
You guys kind of elbow your way in there, root people around. You can see that there may be, whether it's a degree of respect or perhaps more someone wanting to avoid trouble with any kind of law. You kind of start elbowing your way up towards the bar, making some room for yourself, and people kind of back away, leave you alone. Nobody really confronts you. HG grabs a bar stool. You guys are all just kind of playing HG here. You guys know how he is.
Yeah.
Well, he finds a bar stool and crawls under it. So bartender, asks you what you want, serves you up.
Barkeep, found an injured man a couple alleys over. You know anything about it? He seemed to be inebriated.
You just found one.
Well, this time,
Well, at least he's not the newest resident up on the hill, up on Boot Hill.
I'm assuming that's the cemetery.
Yeah, isn't that what they call them all? So, Marshal Jeb
Just
Hexman,
wondering.
you took the job temporarily. You gonna run for office?
Unlikely. I have business in other parts of California.
What about your friends here?
Well, I think Timmons is wanting to run for mayor for the office of mayor, but
There ain't no one gonna elect nobody else. Timmons is the new mayor. Just get used to it. I'm moving into the big office, boys, by the end of the month.
He looks
He
at you.
even has a gavel.
He looks at you and he says, "You're Timmons."
I am the new interim mayor. How you doing? Matter of fact, I think I'd like everyone to be happy doing. Why not the whole lot of you get around on Timmons?
Hey,
This
Mayor,
is not city
show
money.
them-
This is my money. And he pulls out some silver dollars. How much for the whole round? For the whole place?
Oh, he says, "Fellers, there's around on our new mayor, Mr. Simmons. Everybody say thank you, Mr. Simmons." And you hear a couple of them pull out there and go, "Yeehaw!" And they start shooting their guns and, "Oh, awesome!" And they all start drinking up. So you bought the town a round of beers. Give me just a
Just
second.
the tavern.
Next,
Yeah, just the tavern.
Not the town.
Why don't you show him your gaveling skills next?
What do you think? The Gold Eagle? Cover it? $10?
$10. Yeah, that'll be fine. Gold Eagle will be
Yeah.
fine.
well, that should certainly loosen a few lips.
Maybe buy a few boats. If you
Yeah,
get
Timmons is just kind of. So this is a nice town. I tell you what, I'm gonna enjoy staying here. Anybody know where I can get some nice property? A nice little spread with a view.
you're looking around at these guys, Timmons, roll me a. Let's see.
Persuasion.
Yeah, give me a
I
just.
like that. Or notice maybe. I don't know.
I'm
What do you
thinking
think?
just a straight up spirit roll. Just give me a spirit roll. Let's see if your bubbly
Spirit.
personality, yeah, kind of loosens up some lips and gets people talking here.
But you
Yep.
know, Timmons isn't very good at that kind of spirit stuff. He's like, well, how much more does it cost to buy 2 more points of spirit? He pulls out some-
That whole bottle of spirits up there on the shelf.
yeah. Don't you have some stronger spirits than that?
Can I act like I'm very impressed?
You can actually, yeah, you can like bill up.
Apparently I'm not.
Yeah, you're like you're less than impressed.
I am very impressed.
I mean, these are mostly workers and stuff in here, right?
Yeah, there's ghost rock miners and carpenters, bricklayers.
Yeah, so workers and stuff. So yeah, Timmons isn't going to burn his a Benny on him.
I wouldn't.
He doesn't need to impress him that bad.
But you did
He didn't
see.
get into a fight, so.
You did see that inside the town hall was another little office in there, and it said assessor's office on it. So if you were to register a deed, it would be the place you would go to register a deed of property. So they may. But you start asking around in here. You got Streetwise, something like that?
No.
No.
Persuasion, common knowledge.
Give me a persuasion roll. Oh shit!
I'm very persuasive, apparently.
Oh, I thought that was Timmons blowing up like that. Yeah, Timmons, nobody really talked to you about property. Who are you persuading, Jeb? And for what?
Well, the barkeep and anybody right there at the bar next to me about information on the injured man. You know, if they
Um,
saw anything, if they know anything.
Not really. They don't. Maybe if we saw his face, I mean, what he looked like. And he probably looked like every one of these other guys around here. Dirty, scraggly beard, holes in his clothes.
Well, his left eye was shut due to a black eye. I think he had a couple of broken ribs. His ears were bleeding, so sound like anybody you know?
Oh, it sounds like about 10 or 12 people I don't know about every other day around here. He said, Marshall, you got your hands full. That's just common happenings around here. Good luck to you. Your friend asking about property? He said, I can tell you, Kurtz or Hellstrom Industries or the Rockies, they've bought everything up. They're the ones selling off pieces of property.
Well, personally, I'd rather not help out Hellstrom.
He says, well, one of the first big miners around here to get the ore collection station up and built was old Kurtz back there. Check. He's all right, I guess. I don't have much to do with him, but he's like anybody else with too much money and power.
Yes, absolute power does corrupt absolutely, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
I have in fact heard that before.
Isn't it an old Chinese proverb or something?
Perhaps.
Chinaman.
Oh God, that's a. Well,
Tell you what, Mr. Timothy Moss, if you need anything at all, the intermayor's office is open for you. And if I'm not there, you have to come find me. I'm not always gonna be there.
you guys are sitting here, and all of a sudden, you see this. As a matter of fact, everybody give me survival or streetwise roll if you've got them, and if not, it's unskilled. Timmons, Doc Fang, survival. Timmons, you're not quite sure what the hell you're looking at. This might be like one of them little people from the circus or something, and you get to looking, and it turns around, and it's actually there's a monkey, but you've never seen a monkey before. I don't guess because you rolled a 3. But you guys, the
Don't
rest
spank
of you,
him.
you see this monkey come walking in the saloon, right? And it walks up, and it's got like a shirt on and a hat, but it doesn't have any pants or shoes on. And it walks up and kind of squats down and shits a shit pile in its hand and starts flinging it around the room.
What the fuck?
Very unusual.
Who flung poo?
Is this a trick he taught him? Timmons says. I don't.
That monkey's and he's going, yeah, he's jumping up and down. As he's doing that, his hands going up and down, and poop's just a slinging everywhere. Then he turns 3 or 4 circles, grabs a couple of chairs, throws them over, and then runs out the door. How's that, Caesar?
Please tell me that.
Running for office.
Please tell me that's not a normal occurrence.
That's a new mayor.
Bartender wipes a piece of monkey poop off one of these beer glasses and sets it back up on the shelf, and he says, nope, I gotta say, it's the first time I've ever seen that.
Timmons takes some and scrapes it off the brim of his hat.
Seriously, what the fuck?
What was that thing? Was that
I
a
don't-
small
I
man,
don't
hairy
think we've been
man?
eating
What-
any strange mushrooms, have we?
Why did he not have no pants on?
Well, monkeys don't normally wear pants. It's odd that
Did
he
he
was
normally wear a shirt and a hat?
No,
Brings a good point, Jeb.
No, but he had
no.
no pants on, but he had monkey junk hanging out.
I know what happened. That fellow we found in the alleyway, this is his monkey.
Oh, that would make perfect sense.
Yeah,
Wait,
somebody
Maybe.
robbed the monkey man. That's what happened, and this is his monkey. Or whatever you call him, monkey.
I wonder if there are more than just one here.
Monkeys?
Exactly.
Hey, barkeep. Any idea if there's a circus in town?
Nope. No, I haven't seen anything like that since I was back east a few years back. Went to see my sister, Angelique.
Tim
Last time
smells
I
of
saw
food.
one.
Your
So this
sister was a
monkey's been
monkey?
eating berries.
Last time I saw one, a traveling circus rolled in through Smallville.
Smallville. Where's that at? Mississippi or something?
Kansas. It's a little speck on.
When you
speck of
say
dirt in the road.
Kansas, you see him kind of stand back 2 or 3 feet, and he gets this scowl on his face, and he just looks at you.
Where do you think I was sheriff before now?
I didn't know you was in bloody Kansas. Anything else I can do for you? I got some work down here at the other end of the bar. If not, thank you very much, gentlemen. And he just
Whiskey.
moves down, starts. He gets you some whiskey. Albert sets it up there.
What's your strongest stuff?
He stops and he looks
Go
at you.
outside and look for this monkey.
Timmons goes,
He's confused. He's like, "What the hell?" Oh, you
Timmons goes to look for the little shit flinging hairy man.
I mean, I'm not wandering down the street or nothing. He's just going out front. He's
Yeah,
like looking.
we should look out the door and see if it's around.
Yeah,
No.
what the hell? Where did he go? Is
Did you
there
see-
more shit in the street? Do we see him flinging poo down the way?
No,
Is that him over there?
no, that must be one of the little old lady parishioners coming out of the church.
Oh, yes. It's just one of those little old ladies.
Little old white ladies that get more hair on them than their husbands.
At least she is wearing pants.
Their footprints?
Look what you started,
Can
Caesar.
we track the monkey?
You
Well,
can
I
shock
would
the
imagine-
monkey, you can spank the monkey. Can you track the monkey?
Well, I would imagine that there's probably a trail of shit leading away from the saloon.
I don't
That
know.
monkey's got more shit in him. Good
Uh,
lord.
Because you're in town, I'll let you use Streetwise. Otherwise, use Survival Roll and see if you can see some monkey tracks. Yeah, you look around and you do see some monkey tracks. A couple of you guys
Apparently, I stepped.
do. It looks like
apparently I
somebody.
stepped in.
Yeah, it looked like somebody had been walking on their hands in this dusty road. And
Right, it kind of stands out. That's why I was thinking he kind of.
yeah, you kind of right turn, Clyde. You kind of you follow it and it just disappears down the road, and then pretty soon just all the other footprints and stuff you can't, wherever it went, it's out of sight, out of mind. It doesn't seem to be slinging poop on your Stetson right now.
Hey, Timmons, perhaps you could climb onto this nearby roof to look around better.
Oh, I ain't that concerned about where this monkey went. He just went that way. If he comes back, I got something for him.
He may be one of your constituents, you know.
What's constituent mean?
The mayor guy friend.
Your
Oh, that's
voter.
what I think. I think he's running against me. So this thing's in
Oh,
the
he might
bag.
be running against you. That's true.
Well, he was talking shit.
No, he was throwing shit.
Well, he knows sign language. That's how you talk shit in sign language.
And that's your expert opinion, Timmons.
That's my political stance.
I do kind of
Bunch
want to
of monkey
vote for him
talking
to see what would
bullshit
happen.
going on around here.
Monkey talking bullshit. That's funny. Timmons never seen a monkey before. What the fuck is that? And then it shits in its hand and flings it on him.
That thing been eating corn too. Look, there's corn in it.
I
Oh
would have
God.
expected the corn to have gone bad quickly with such a
No.
trip and the way the food has been here.
How do you know it's not bad? Did you try it?
Maybe
Gee.
sour corn.
Hey, Timmons, take a closer look and see if the kernels are fully intact or whether or not they've begun to decay.
No, no thanks. Tim's like,
Poop corn.
Is that some sort of piece of lettuce on your hat?
oh no, that's a reminder.
A reminder?
It's a reminder. I forgot what it's about, but I put it on there so I wouldn't forget.
Oh, so we have Caesar to blame for the monkey.
Oh,
throwing shit.
are you getting on? Are you catching up there, Benno? I thought it was cool.
It was random as fuck.
I was kind of hoping we could make its friend and Timmons could take that one beast friend edge and have a monkey assistant.
Yeah, random as fuck. But now you know what happens, Marshall? Some woman goes running down the street right past the front door of the saloon. The door's open here. You hear her go, "Oh my God! Oh my God! It grabbed me! It grabbed me!" She's running off to the east here.
Where did it grab her?
Marshall, I think this might be your
Can you show us on this doll?
situation. Can you show us on Timmons?
Says the little Curse of Strahd doll.
Hi, friends!
Hello.
I wasn't
Hi.
even there for that. Timmons, what time of day is it? Late? He's gonna go check out the town hall.
All right,
Let's go
let's
to-
see. So you stay a couple hours talking to Lacey O'Malley?
Is he still there?
He was, yeah. That's why you guys were hanging out there at the saloon with him after the little monkey issue. But you tell me. I mean, it was 2:30 when you got there to the saloon, and he explained that he's kind of sorry, but he thought it was the best possible outcome for the time being, and blah blah blah.
So Timmons like, so who do I really work for?
The town.
So the town will
Right.
pay you. The town will pay you.
But is there like a town council? Have they been elected? Any of that yet?
They're working on it. There's proceeds from there's a piece of every piece of property sold that's collected in tax, and that goes to the town.
I wonder what's for dinner later at the hotel.
I hope it's nice and rotten.
Well, Timmons is gonna go do some town stuff at the town mayor's office. He's gonna put a file in a filing cabinet or something.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go spend the.
office.
Yeah, is there like a Timmons like where do I order my supplies from? Is there Staples or something?
All right, so you head to your respective offices. Albert, what are you and Doc Fong doing? And I will say that as of right now, Dr. Schultz is kind of sticking with Jeb Hexman, going down to the marshal's office. But what's Albert doing? Albert and Doc Fong.
Well, if we're kind of just hanging around, he will look around for someone to outdrink.
Someone to have a drink with? Well, you don't have to go far for that.
Somebody to outdrink.
Oh, somebody to outdrink.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. You're going to sit down and... Cool. Doc?
I want to go over to this little forested area by the cemetery and look for useful herbs and flowers and plants and such.
Oh, out
Yeah, it looks like there's a bunch
All
of
right.
trees or bushes.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a couple hours each. You can each tell me kind of what you're doing. I'm going to come to each one of you. But we'll start with you, Doc, because
Apparently, I'm gonna find some herbs and plants that are useful for various concoctions.
I've got a phone call, so hold on.
Yes, this should be useful in case I need to make another poultice because Albert's chest has exploded again.
Albert, you see Albert just kind of walk out the door. He's about half shit-faced drunk already.
All right, so Albert is being normal.
And Doc, you go up on the hill. You have let's survival wild. Give me your survival check with your wild bonus, and let's see if you're successful in finding some plants of any value. A 7. Yeah, you're able to harvest some stuff. I think I made a table at one time. Was it for, or that may have been a conversion I did for 5e, and I need to do it for over here. Let's see. Yep, that's something I did for druids over on 5e. Which I could easily convert it to this, somebody else's materials. So give me a d6. Okay, they're kind of middle of the road. They can be used to heal, specifically headaches. But they're in the belladonna family, and too much of it could be toxic. So it's
Which could be useful on its own.
Yeah, I mean, you could, a heavy dose of it, somebody might take a very, very long nap. But, yeah.
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back, by the way.
Yes, this should be helpful. Excellent. Perhaps I shall go return and see how everyone else is doing.
All right, so as you're walking around over there, and you do read and speak English? You read English
Yes.
as well?
Really not so good, but yeah.
You see the Church of Los Angeles Perdition chapel. Really nice building. New. And you see several people around there, including a preacher. So you've unveiled that. Albert, you get to walking around town, and you come up with a couple of other places as well. You see that Lacey and the Tombstone Epitaph aren't the only ones with a media presence here. There's the Perdition Harbinger newspaper office right on the corner, kind of catty corner behind the Fallen Angel Saloon, and right next door to the Kurtz home. Looks like one of the largest, fanciest private homes you guys have seen in the Western style. You've been to Big Ears Tam's estate, but this big old fancy place. And I'll share that out.
Thank you.
And then about a block down here is the only other saloon in town at the moment. And it is Red Saloons, the other major saloon in Perdition, and it caters to a higher class of customer. Features faro and poker tables, and word around town is that they are fixed. Second floor serves as a hotel but only has 5 rooms available for rent, though there are 2 beds in all but one that is too small for the bunk already placed in there. And
Sounds just like your office, Tippins.
Damn it. My interim office. You gotta remember.
Sounds like
the
your
order
interim
interim.
office closet.
Yeah, that's gonna be my weapons closet. That's what it's gonna be.
Your armory.
Or my secretary's office.
Get a desk just for your shotgun.
Shotgun collection.
I think they make weapon racks and display
Yeah.
cases.
There's one at the sheriff's office. The marshal's office.
all right. Well, I basically got at least that part of the town opened up over there to you. There's the stuff across the tracks over there, but all right, that's out of the way. That is just getting going. Cool. All right, so you guys are free for a couple of days to do whatever you want. Be it some shopping, you can go into Los Angeles if you want.
Well, since Jeb is reluctantly taking on the marshal role, he'll probably hang out mostly at the station, respond to complaints, and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, so Albert, you're going to spend your time playing poker. Where are you at?
The one that you said was fixed. The
Red Saloon?
Saloon? Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Figures out I want to go there.
And how far is it to Los Angeles?
It's well,
How long would it take to get
if you were walking, the stage
Like
could get you
hour?
there in like 30
there?
minutes.
Yeah, that would
You know,
take
it's just a switch,
so
big
it's
old
only
long
like 30
switch.
minutes by station.
Yeah, but it's because the stage has
Does
to
it-
go so slow down this switchback trail down in off the edge of this cliff and down, onto this big shelf where the city sits down by the ocean.
So a little bit faster by horse, maybe, but not much.
Probably about the same speed. I mean, there's a lot of traffic. Oh! Fuck!
Who got you this
Son
time?
of a bitch.
Dragon bait.
And Gorgio give to the
Gorgio.
tier ones. Oh, that was the.
Household ticker, Marv.
You about jumped out of your seat.
I'll be right back.
I think he has some hits.
Did he shit himself?
Cleanup time.
I think that monkey may have visited him.
Okay, I had to go take my medicine.
Oh, that's why you walked away. Mm-hmm.
So Timmons is gonna try to figure out what the mayor is supposed to do.
What's a what?
What the mayor is supposed to do.
He's gonna try to figure out what the mayor's supposed to do. Okay. Well, it begins with the end of this day. These guys that start drinking, looks like gin, that have been arguing over stuff here. And then they put a couple of stamps and seals on stuff and file things away and tell each other good night, and out the door they go about 5:30 or so, and you're left there by yourself. There's not a whole lot going on.
Is there assessment office people, or did they leave?
No, they left. They left. They locked up their stuff, and They looked in and they said, I guess you've got a key to the place.
Timmons looks around. No.
Yeah, it was in
Or-
your little
Oh, does
package.
he?
That yeah.
He pulls it out from around his neck, like a kid.
Congratulations, Mr. Mayor, and give me a notice roll.
Notice.
Oh yeah, one of them kind of smirks at the other one, kind of laughs. They're kind of having a little laugh at your expense as they walk away and out the door and head off down the street.
Before they get out the door, I'm gonna say, what color did you say you wanted your desk?
Pardon me?
Your desk color. What color did you want it?
I'm sorry, I don't see the connection, sir. I mean, wood is wood. Oak, I like oak. Oak, this is
Oh,
nice.
You didn't get the memo? We're painting them.
Don't paint my desk. My desk is fine.
Well, I do believe I have the prerogative as the interim mayor, don't I?
By the way, Mayor, let them know how we'll be handling birthdays in the office.
Birthdays only fall on Tuesday. Now, let me tell you how that's going to play out. We're going to have a little cart come by on Tuesdays.
A little cart comes by on Tuesday.
He's got
Yeah.
Bring out your dead.
And it's Happy Birthday Taco Tuesdays. So if your birthday comes close to the Tuesday, then you get tacos for free.
That's if your birthday falls in that week.
Interesting, Mr. Mayor, sir. I prefer oak. Good day to you, sir. At the door he goes.
And I make sure he sees me smirk back at him.
And Gorgio, roll me a d20.
Uh-oh.
All right, not too bad. You're not necessarily winning real big. You bet $10, you won $1, whatever. So you're, kind of a little better than breaking even. So it's not been bad. Now roll me another d20.
Not bad.
He comes in. He's got a hat on, a jacket. He ain't wearing no pants.
There comes the monkey.
Wait, what?
Wait, it's another monkey.
Y'all are under
Okay.
orders to arrest that monkey.
Arrest that monkey.
Did you put up a wanted sign about the monkey?
Yes.
I will pet the monkey.
What the hell's it going on?
I think that's Sirenscape Saloon ambience.
Yeah, let's see.
Ambiance. Hey, he's laughing at you, Timmons.
Oh, the monkey?
I don't know, whoever was laughing in the
Oh,
soundtrack.
All right, Gorgio. So, yeah, I heard Albert shuffling them cards there. And you're sitting there and you hear a couple of guys over in the corner and you're like, I said that's bullshit. And the other one says, I don't give a fuck what you say. And about that time, out. It happens. The bar fight is on. And before you know it, there's about somewhere between 10 and 15 people, and you're kind of backed into this corner playing cards around this table with your back to the wall. What are you going to do with this situation?
This is in Gorgio, right?
This is Al Swearingen. He's at the red. What the hell is it called?
Red Saloon.
Red Saloon. Yeah.
The period tavern.
Are they? So they're fighting around me. Are they messing with anyone at the table, or is the people at the table trying to like get involved or not?
Oh, I mean it's typical. Typical bar fight. There's no guns going off yet, but people are bumping into your table. Glasses have fallen off. You see some pretty good-sized woman stand up next to the bar and grabs a hold of this guy and just breaks his fucking nose with her fist. Just pow! You see blood go everywhere, and she turns around and smiles and looks for the next one. 10 or 15 people just going at it. And right now you're kind of, it looks like you could kind of stay back here in the shadows against the wall out of the way. You might try to get through the bar. You might decide to get out there in the middle of it. It's up to you.
I know what HG would choose.
I'm gonna roll a d6. Evens, I will get involved. Odds, I will try and leave. I'm going to try and leave after I finish my whiskey.
Okay.
And your hand poker. Assuming that the game hasn't been completely disrupted, right?
Yeah, if the game hasn't been disrupted, I had to finish that hand. But if it's being disrupted, then
the game got disrupted because the two guys that you were playing against, somebody got shoved into them, and it knocked their chips all over the place, and they stood up and turned around and just started going at it. So you're just sitting there by yourself watching about another 2/3 of the bar fight with each other. There may be 20 people in here, and there's 10 or 15 fighting.
Is anyone paying attention to me?
Doesn't seem to be. Nope, they're just paying attention to whoever's.
I'm gonna.
You can try to stealth your way out.
A greedy. He's a greedy son of a bitch. So he's going to try and grab the chips off the table, even those that aren't his.
Okay. Do you have sleight of hand or thievery? Is it thievery? I think it's called thievery in here.
I do not.
Yeah, thievery. Okay, then give me an unskilled check at +4.
Yeah,
did you get a raise? Yes, you got a. Uh-oh. It's trained.
It's untrained. That means it should unrain.
There. Yep. Yeah. So So let's see. What exactly are you doing? Describe this for me.
Seeing the fight's about to break out or is breaking out and wanting no parts, he's going to down his whiskey, look around a couple times, and kind of like put his hands on the table and just kind of like rake in whatever chips he can and shove them into his pockets.
Okay.
As he is standing up.
So roll me a percentile die. You get a little over half the chips off the table. So, now give me a D20 again. Oh, fuck.
Is that good or bad?
Yeah, you basically doubled your money tonight if you can get out the door. I need a stealth roll. Yeah, so You stand up and you look around and you see that this fight's going on. The two guys you've been playing cards with, one of them just punches this other guy, and you take your hat off and kind of stick it down next to the table, and you go to rake the chips in there. And as you do, you look up, and the guy that just punched this dude that you've been playing cards with, he stops and turns around and looks at you. And he goes, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
I'm leaving.
So are you going to not rake the chips off?
He was in the process of it.
And out of character, Ingorgia, I would recommend Albert not get in a fist fight.
I'm trying not to.
He looks like he's so good at fist fighting, though.
With a parry of 2?
That was sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
Parry of 2 implies he has 0 fighting skill.
He has 0 fighting skill.
That is correct.
Did you just unarmed attack him?
No, I was rolling a die to see what he was going to do. He was in the process, like he was starting to, and then seeing what was going on, he stopped.
Well, you got about 58% of the chips raked off into your hat, and the guy looks at you and he goes, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" And he starts to take a couple of steps towards you. You can give me an agility check to try to get around him, or we could. Oh, okay.
Yep, I'm good with agility.
So it doesn't matter for him either that or. So we're actually going to do a fighting roll. And he's going to try to get a hold of you.
No.
Nope, you just kind of dodge right around him. He goes, "Get back here, you son of a bitch!" Like that. And you just kind of scoot out between these tables and these chairs, and you're making it for the front door. Give me another agility roll. Or acrobatics or whatever. Boom! You hit the front doors and you're moving. You're moving. Now let's see. You've been in there for a couple hours. Tim has been playing mayor. We're going to say it's about 6 o'clock at night. But it is in June, so it's the sun looks like it's. I mean, you can see it. If you look off to the west, you can see the mesas out there and the ocean and Lost Angeles below you, and the sun's starting to slowly sink, but it's not dark yet, so cocksuckers. So we're going to say it's 6:30 p.m. Probably be dark in another hour and a half. But you made it out the door, and no bar fight for you. All right, Doc Fong, you're coming back. You've been picking some herbs and shit up on the hillside, right? And where exactly are you at? Are you still up there? All right, let's go to Jeb. Jeb, roll me a D20. Seems to be a pretty peaceful night in the marshal's office, although occasionally you hear gunshots across town. You're probably thinking you don't quite know what the hell to do. You can hear a fight start up someplace over on the next block. Because, it's kind of warm outside. You got all the windows open and stuff. And then give me a notice roll.
I'm good at notice rolls.
Are you?
Once I find it on my sheet, there it is.
Yeah, way off in the distance, you swear you hear some glass breaking and some raised voices, but it's very faint. And cocksuckers! And you get up and you kind of walk out the door and you're like, it must be coming from that street over behind me. You haven't even really been over in this part of town yet.
Jeb sighs and says, "Come along, Dr. Schultz. We have business to attend to, apparently."
All right. And you and Doc Schultz head that direction. Timmons, you've now sat here for about an hour filing your piece of paper in the filing cabinet.
Every now and then he'll tap his gavel. Tap, tap.
And with the windows open right out behind your building someplace, You hear gunfights and shooting and cussing and screams, the Wilhelm scream, ah! And glass breaking and all kinds of shit.
Timmons sticks his head out the window and yells out, "Keep it down! I'm trying to mail you."
I'm trying to mayor. That's worth the red chip right there. It's worth random chip. So
Do I see Albert running out the back door with a hat full of chips?
well, you're
Oh no, he came out the front.
yeah,
Oh,
you're kind of looking. That's something coming down this alley back here. You've had to get up out of your office though to go see it because you don't have any windows in your office. It's kind of stifling in there, So you kind of go around.
Oh, you know Timmons was in the big office.
I'm by myself, so I'm in the big
Yeah,
office.
you're in the big office. That's what I'm thinking. You kind of stifling in there, and you come around, and you're looking at this big oak door with the fancy letters on the glass. You open it up, and you go inside, and you kind of open the windows, and you stick your feet up on the desk, and you're sitting there, and every now and then you whack your gavel on the thing, and then all of a sudden you hear this fight behind you come out of these windows. Jeb, you and Dr. King are headed where? Kind of give me the direction you're moving.
Hope you didn't mind me putting them tokens on there, Marb.
No, that's fine. That after you guys decided to split the party.
Yeah, we're within a couple of blocks of each other.
Hey, this is fine with me. We just round robin this thing. We just bounce from person to person. I've kind of figured Perdition would be this way. You guys are each going to do your own thing when you're in town here. So, yeah, Jeb.
All right. Well, once I get to the street behind the station, am I able to tell it's coming down this street? The fighting.
You hear the noise coming from. It sounds more like from this direction.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. If it was coming from down this street. All right. If that's the case, I would start headed that way.
Yes, you can, Doc. You kind of see them moving between buildings over there.
Oh, there's Jeb and the doctor. I should go join them.
And the farther you walk down this street, Jeb, you notice the sound. Oh, okay, maybe it's on the street behind me here. You're not sure. You're kind of getting zoomed in on it, right? And I'm going to say you get almost down here behind it. And Timmons, you're looking out the window, and you see Jeb Hexman and Dr. Schultz walking down this street. And Jeb looks like he means business. You've seen him enough times. He looks like he means business. And then you start hearing the guns and shit going off over there. And Jeb, what are you going to do? You look over and you see Timmons staring out the window at you.
Come on, Timmons.
Like, good day, Marshall. How you doing this evening?
Come on, Mayor. We're about to go bust some heads.
Oh, busting heads? He climbed out the window.
Jeb! Hey, Jeb!
Just leaves it open. No, he closes it behind him.
He opens the window and closes it. Did you lock the front door, though? I don't think so. You just go right out. You're like, who cares? It's the mayor's office. So you start out.
The mayor, they can't come in there.
Timmons, you can see coming through the crowd back up the street here, kind of jogging through between people. You see this little fella running, and you realize it's Doc Fong, and he's kind of, shuffling with his little, Chinese shuffle feet, and he's running up, kind of dodging between people. And you guys are all kind of gathering when all of a sudden you hear, "Hey, you son of a bitch!" And you realize that it's probably about a block. It's on the next block over here, and you guys are starting to kind of come together right here. We're gonna leave it right there for the week until next Thursday.
Through the alley.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch! What the fuck do you think
Cocksucker.
you're doing? Oh.
Dollars to donuts. Albert's in the middle of this.
Me? Oh, never.
The mustache man does cause a lot of trouble.
Simmons thinks it's the monkey.
Or it could be the monkey. Wait, what if the monkey has started to wear pants? That could
Then
cause
it'd
as
be
much
harder for
turmoil.
him to fling poo, but maybe he's got a flap.
You
Could have
know,
a flap, of course.
the funny thing is the random stuff that, Caesar shows up and next thing you know, we've got a shit flinging monkey running around Perdition, California. You guys are great, man. I've laughed my ass off tonight.
And there was really no combat.
No, there wasn't any combat, and for that reason, we probably won't. I don't think anybody used chips or anything, did they?
I don't think so.
Nah.
Yeah, we'll just roll right along next week. But yeah, this is kind of the, comparing this to Waterdeep Dragon Heist. This is the get yourself established portion of the adventure. Could be, uh, kind of like some of you may decide that Shanfan's a better fit for you, or maybe a whole. Oh!
Intro.
Wow, Jentra. Oh, Jankin gifted a
Oh.
sub.
Damn, Jenkins.
More medicine.
I did think Frank just woke up in
You
the middle
okay,
of the night
Barb?
just to mess with Marb.
Yeah, I gotta turn that down a little bit because, it's all coming through the same channel in Banana as Sirenscape and everything else. So I need to break it out. So if I turn Sirenscape up and forget about it, yeah, that's real funny, Patty fucker. Thanks for the sub though.
Patty fucker. Patty fucker.
Thanks for the sub, buddy.
That was the third little ball of poo we made him.
You know what? That is, I don't know where we got on follows, but I noticed today that in Gorgio's stream, he's got like the session number, and then what, still on the road to 1,000 followers or whatever. And I thought, well, why not? Why not just, instead of naming the session something, just, what's the goal for tonight? And set a goal. And I said 3 subs and 10 followers. Well, I don't know where we're at, but we got the 3 subs, so.
I don't think we got any followers, but I could be
I don't
mistaken.
think so. I love you, you big bastard. Which one of us big bastards are you talking about?
Right?
Oh, it ain't me.
That's plural, big bastards. Tomorrow night, Vino. Are we going to Barovia?
We should be.
Good.
Bring your ponchos and umbrellas.
What? All right.
Ponchos and umbrellas.
All right, Caesar. Good night, buddy.
Is that okay?
Yeah, thanks for letting the monkey out. Somebody's going to have to spank your monkey now. You know that's coming.
Oh, it's
Really
coming.
interested in this.
There's a monkey
Alright,
getting
yeah.
a spanking. All right, so let's go see if anybody's out there. Vino, you're jumping off, I take it?
Yes, I need to make a phone call and then get food.
All right, bro.
I'm going to
I'll see you. Yeah. And Gorgio, I'll see you
Jingo.
guys all tomorrow night. Jingo's out there.
Yeah,
Let's see if we.
Good night,
He's
folks.
Deadlands. Deadlands.
There he is. We're ready. Good night, Vino. And thanks for coming by. Thanks for the subs. We will be back here tomorrow night for Curse of Strahd. Tell them good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.